Welcome to Hear Me Out, the show where presenters are shown slides they've never seen before and have to make a coherent presentation. So, sheep. I came here today to talk to all of you about what I think is quite possibly the world's worst animal. And yes, I know, controversial statement. But hear me out. In this presentation, I will outline all the ways in which I think sheep are kind of overhyped, right? They get too much attention when we really should be paying attention to the other, far more useful, helpful farm animals. So to start with, right, if you think about sheep, you think that they're fluffy and warm, maybe kind of like a lovely chocolate chip muffin, right? And you think, oh, they're so cute and, and oh, the shearing videos are so fun to watch, right? But underneath all of that, right, I think you find a harshness that is akin to hearing a piccolo played horribly, right? And so I think we need to confront that harshness that lives within sheep underneath that fluffy cloud-like exterior. And I think we need to really sit with when we think about like fall and cozy vibes, right? And you picture a lovely autumn leaf, like, yes, I think people think about sheep when they think about fall, but what about animals like the pig, right? That need to be celebrated more. Pigs are highly intelligent creatures, right? That I think can also be really emblematic of fall. And they're very like dynamic, and they're they're fun like dynamite. They can be very explosive, right? In really incredible ways. Whereas sheep are much more like dull by comparison, right? And they just kind of mill about. And I think they just take up too much time, right, and mental space, and they're kind of, I think, like a fake houseplant, where it's aesthetically cool, right? In theory, it looks nice, but all it really does is kind of collect dust, right, and not add the true vibrancy and lushness and joy that a real plant would provide to you like other farm animals could, and so I think, wow, sheep are as comfortable and familiar like a good pair of Chucks may be, right? And they kind of have this appeal and everyone thinks, oh yeah, those shoes are so great. I really think we need to reconsider, and kind of see, if we look at the wide variety of farm animals, see it like a lovely blank canvas that we can paint anything onto, and you can choose which ones you really want to celebrate, right? And really pay attention to those farm animals that we are not giving the pedestal that they deserve in their lives. And I think, we should think about who are those animals that feel like that forgotten penny, right? The penny out of all of U.S. currency. We think of it as, who needs a penny? God, they just stack up and they're so annoying. But I think we are underappreciating the penny, right? You can get to exact change with a penny. You can pay with precision with a penny that you can't do if you're just giving someone a couple of quarters, but your total is $11.56, right? And so, while, yes, sheep can graze the grass and they serve their purpose and we can appreciate the purpose that they serve, there are so many other farm animals that live in those same fields. And so that is my presentation today on why sheep are the most overhyped farm animal, and we really should be paying attention to the other less appreciated farm animals and giving them the same stature and level of kind of, public mental acclaim that we give to sheep.